Today we got the PS4 versus the Xbox One. And what's up, guys and girls? JP Apparel here. I'm really hoping that looked like it fell out of the sky. This is going to be a pretty big discussion video. We got the PS4 versus the Xbox One. Now I'm looking at you guys right there. Yeah, you right there. I know you're coming into this from a biased perspective. We ain't having that up in here. I really can pull that off. I really can. Don't be one of those people that come here and be like, yo, I gotta check out the PS4 versus Xbox One, and if he likes the PS4 more than the Xbox One, and I love Xbox One, I'm just gonna dislike that video. I'm gonna simply point the facts out, throw the facts out, and avoid any biased perspective. Yes, everyone knows I play PS3, but I am just looking at the facts and throwing this information out at you. You're wondering where I got the information? Most likely the first thing I Googled, but you can hear me talk about it. Now before I start throwing this lovely information at you, the sponsor of the day comes from EarnAtHomeReveal.com. There will be a link down below. Click that. If you are in MLM, I know I have a lot of MLM people here, and they're just looking to get traffic. All about the traffic. Now, before you click that, get ready for this. I got some Dragon Ball Z stuff coming up here. Wait. Come on, lady. I've been trying to work out a little bit. I like that Piccolo action. Get ready for this. Check it out. It is time. Lion King reference for the win. Now I think it's quite obvious that the Wii U clearly tops the PS4 and Xbox One. Alright, let's start with a little thing called money. Something that I don't have. And it's going to cost you $399.99 for a PS4 and $499.99 for an Xbox One. Now, in general, correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm very commonly wrong, the Xbox, the consoles have been relatively cheaper than the PS or Sony consoles. So this is kind of something new. I believe the PS4 is actually coming out to market at $399.99, and that's cheaper than the PS3 was. When I got my 80 gig PS3 originally, so I'm avoiding biased information. I love Sony. But Xbox, Microsoft, you got your shit together sometimes. So we have a new console coming out at a cheaper price point than previous consoles, so that's a big advantage right there. Now in terms of the release date, the PS4 is coming out November 15th to, I believe, the US market. EU, it's something like the 29th, and the Xbox One is coming out on the 22nd of November. One thing that I like to see is that the Xbox One is actually going to have a Blu-ray. A lot of people are actually buying the PS3 originally for the Blu-ray. So yeah, obviously the PS4 is going to have Blu-ray components as well, but the Xbox One is going to meet that criteria. They're just going to battle it out for best Blu-ray player / console. It's time to get down to the hardware and the specs of this machinery that we're oh so looking for. Now in terms of the RAM between the two consoles, they're both going to consist of 8 gigabytes. Now the PS4, I want to say PS3, the PS4 is going to have GDDR5, where it's going to be DDR3 for the Xbox One. What does that mean? I think it just means the PS4 will be a little bit better there. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to get a lot of dislikes. I really don't know. In terms of CPU, they're both going to be 8 core now. In terms of the actual CPU itself, we have the Microsoft custom CPU, obviously, for the Xbox One. And we got this AMD Jaguar processor, as I'm currently reading, for the PS4. Now, you guys are going to have to kind of look that up, because it could get pretty complex. You're going to be like, oh, this processor's got this capability and that, and they'll tell you things that aren't true. And yeah, go you. Now the GPU is really big. We got the AMD Radeon. Radeon is actually making for both the consoles, as far as I know, probably one of the biggest graphic card engines. I think I have a Radeon. I have a GTX 560 or something like that on this computer. That's off topic, but the PS4 is going to have a graphics core, 1152 shaders, next engine. We got some cool stuff going on here, guys. Some crazy terminology. GPU shader, we got 1.8 teraflops for the PS4 and 1.31 for the Xbox One. Throw away the megabytes. We're in the day and age of gigabytes and terabytes, so they're both going to consist of a 500 gigabyte hard drive, which isn't that big of a deal. I didn't expect one to be more than the other, to be quite honest, because having space isn't like a super crazy innovative technology these days. Now, as we all know, since the unveiling of the Xbox One, Sony, or the PS4 console, has kind of been topping the Xbox One in terms of the whole subscription thing. That's just been crazy, and Xbox One, Microsoft has been getting destroyed in terms of exclusive content. Now, with that said, I believe both consoles are going to have exclusive content. I believe Sony's going to have more exclusive content originally, which has really not been the case, I think, in the past. Maybe I could be wrong, but Xbox has usually always had really cool things. The Fable, Halo series, Halo 5, going to be coming out, and that'll be exclusive as well for the Xbox. So it really comes down to, where have you been in the past? Where does your heart lie? It would get really emotional. Alright, so we've got these two consoles. Now, in the past, Sony has always generally, I don't want to say always, exceeded in terms of hardware components, and I believe they're going to do that again, but very slightly. The consoles are going to be very similar in terms of hardware and the overall functionality. The thing that's really getting my attention is the price points. Now, generally, I believe the Xbox has been cheaper than the Sony or the other console because, it just hasn't really been, just as good. But in this point, we got $100 less on the Sony, and it might even exceed in terms of hardware. Now, both consoles are going to have wicked exclusives. So, I mean, really, it comes down to, at the end of the day, what have you bet, where does your loyalty lie? And are you willing to switch, being loyal to a company or a specific console just for some of these features? Generally comes down to the game, or the games. I personally am getting a PS4, not saying that the PS4 is going to be better than the Xbox One. That is your opinion. And actually, I would like to know your opinion, guys, down below in terms of if I am just absolutely slaughtering this video, and or what you're going to get in terms of console, if you're going to get the console, or if you're just going to stick to the Wii U, not the harp on the Wii U. I think everybody wants to know my verdict in terms of, going through some information. I know I didn't provide a ton of information, kind of just summed things up. I think the PS4 will be a little bit more superior. Now, in terms of content, I think that's going to be the deciding factor for everybody. People that love their Halo franchise will stick to the Xbox. I think it's going to be the exclusive content that really just keeps the gamer gaming on the console that they always gamed on. I hope you guys like and share this video. Let me know what you think down below. We can get a crazy angry chat. That's what YouTube is for. Down below, people just Xbox One sucks and stuff like that. That's just awesome. I love seeing that. I love Anyhow, guys, like it if you like it. Dislike. I'll see you guys in the next video. I got something really cool coming up about stress management.